Morning, everyone. It is Saturday the 17th. I'm over here unloading some new electric fence posts I bought the other day, ones without insulators. I saw these laying over here and I thought I would show what they were. I know my descriptions aren't very good. So, and these are not good examples because they're poor condition. They're in poor shape. So, let me get this set up here. So, all right, here we go. That's a Milo guard right here. So these go on the points of your guard and your platform. And this bolts on your guard bolt on the back side. And then remember the wires. These two wires are broke, but this is one here. And these sit over the top of your sickle. They're supposed to sit up kind of like this one. This guard's bent. This one here is a pretty decent example. Some of them, these bolt on. John Deere has some that are, here, they're over here, they're big ones. I've still got these because in case I want to use my platform, or a platform for cutting Milo. See here, they don't have a bolt on them. And they use a little wire clip. And there's a steel clip bolted on underneath it bolts on where the guard goes, and then it's got points backwards with a couple of teeth, I'm gonna call them. Dog found out what barbed wire fence is. And that clip wraps around this rod and then goes underneath with like a screwdriver, and you pry it on that clip underneath the sickle. So that's how those work. Wasn't planning on this. We'll walk over. We'll do a little update on the calves this morning. Actually, I'm going to change my mind. Since we're talking farm stuff, I'm going to show you this setup I got. It's pretty inexpensive to do. This is an old anhydrous tank, and we got it set up for diesel fuel. So what I did, the welding shop cut out here and here, and they put them 2-inch valve or holes in there. In case, we use this one to fill, and if I ever wanted to put like a 12-volt pump in it, we could put it in here. But this was a vapor valve. This was a vapor valve too, but then we got a percentage gauge here. You can see there's about 57% full of diesel yet. This is the liquid valve, and we necked it down from 1.25 inches to inch and put this ball valve in there and our hose. But what we do instead of using a pump is right here. This was the bleeder valve that showed it was 85% full, and we just put an air chuck on there. So we pressurize this tank and it pushes the fuel out that nozzle. So pretty simple. We got a pressure gauge to show us where we're at, but it was a lot cheaper than buying a pump. And this is at home, and I've got a portable gas-powered air compressor, so I carry that in the pickup. We back the fuel trailer up, hook up the air, put the fuel nozzle in. Depending on how full the tank is, the less volume of diesel in the tank, the more air it takes to push it out. But once we get it pressurized, we can pump 300-gallon fuel out in about 10 or 15 minutes. It's fast. So that was a good little add-on. Those tanks, I think I bought that tank for $400. And then I've probably got $400 in fittings and the shut-off nozzle and the hose, that kind of stuff. So $800, and we got a 1,000-gallon fuel tank, so it's not too bad. I have another tank I bought this spring. I have not finished setting it up yet, but I'm gonna get that done this fall after harvest. And if fuel stays where it's at, I did contract quite a bit of fuel, but I haven't used it all. I'm gonna use most of it, but I'm gonna have to take some of it and store it. But That one's on a run. That other tank's on a running gear. If I get it set up, we can fill this one and that one. I can have a lot of fuel on hand, so more than I need. Honestly, 2,000 gallons is almost a year's supply for me, so I don't use a whole lot of fuel. It depends what we do. If we do a lot of custom drilling, it takes more. This year I did a bunch of hay that I didn't do last year, so that took quite a bit of fuel. Did a lot of dirt work this spring. That took fuel. It took a lot of fuel. I bet I burnt 500 gallons doing dirt work this spring. But that's okay. Good thing it's cheap right now. So that's it. I just was unloading them posts and saw them Milo guards and wanted to show you guys them because I know I'm not very good at describing stuff. So, and checked out the fuel tank. So next couple days we'll do an update on the calves. So I've got my buddy from Colorado's coming today. He's bringing a semi-tractor. He's gonna hook on my 48-foot flatbed trailer. And he's gonna start hauling hay to Colorado. He's got some from me. He's got some lined up from my dad. They're extremely short. We're kind of hoping we can sell it at a reasonable price. You know, we're not gonna get crazy high on price. There's a big feed yard over here. Well, it's west of my dad's house, about 10 miles. That's kind of what we set our hay market off of most of the time. We know they're usually not the highest, but they pay every 2 weeks, so that's kind of handy. So we set our market off of that kind of. He's going to pull my trailer. I'm not going to charge him to use a trailer. He lived here for a few years and he helped me a bunch. He put in a lot of hours and I never really paid him for it, you know, feed him and that kind of stuff. But he helped me out, so if I can help him, I'm going to. They don't have any hay. The first load they're getting is for themselves. It's some of that third cut and grassy alfalfa. And then after that, he's going to start hauling hay back to sell to neighbors. And, you know, if we can get a fair price out of our hay and he can get his freight and make $5 or $10 a ton and the neighbors are happy to have it, you know, it's a win-win for everybody. So, not trying to make a killing, but want to make a living. So, all right. Well, the wind's going to blow today, it feels like. So, I'm getting ready. Gonna go down and dump trucks. Gonna get fuel in the combine and get ready to rock and roll. Catch some Milo today. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you later.